a tough session ahead, so if you don't want to hear me prattle on about things that are on the darker side, I guess, I don't know, or depressing, I suppose, you can just go now. Cool? Okay. I'm going to be talking about the next episode of the Forgotten series. This probably won't make sense to you until after you see it. So right now, you don't have to watch this. You can just forget this video exists. And if you really give a fuck that much, watch it after that video. Until then, this will be kind of confusing to you. The other day, I'm going to be 100% honest, right? That's the rules here. Well, the other day, I don't remember, a week ago or something, I finished, to my satisfaction, the next episode of the Forgotten series. I said it to only 2 people because that's the only people that I can get to fucking read something of mine, at least a little bit. And let's just say the response back was not what I thought it would be. I was very, very proud. It was like the first time I was actually proud of something that I did in the way that I was proud. I've been proud of things before, but this was just a new tier of like, oh my gosh, I feel so good about what I made here. Like, deep down in my soul, not just an outward, like, that's cool and I'm proud of it because I made that. Like, this was like a deep, internal, like, I just pulled myself and recreated it in my hands and gave it to somebody proud. And I was kind of met with a meh kind of thing. And I'm not blaming anyone at all. This is not the point of it. The point of it is what that does, right? And what I learned from it. So, I mean, it can be kind of a depressing conversation, but we'll get to the point and how it's really not. It's just, it does depress for a while. So, when I got the response that, let's just use the terms, I don't get it, and a shrug, because that's kind of what I'm used to in my life. The intended purpose of the reviewer saying that was to help me. I'm not an idiot. And was to guide me further, as always. But I didn't realize it would hurt me in the way that it did, and I didn't really know why for a little bit. And I think I've discovered what it is. The writing in which I'm pursuing here is finally, I'm being honest in a very deep way of who I really am and what I'm really experiencing. And I guess because it was so me, the fact that, you know, people that you care about don't see it or see through it made me just kind of feel like, man, fuck this. Because as like a little kid, I was always misunderstood, right? And kind of made fun of for who I am. For whatever reason, I don't really know why. And it made me feel really isolated when I was young and alone and an alien because, you know, I didn't want to do what everyone else was doing. And I didn't find any joy in pretending to, like most kids did. And so I tried my best to always be myself. But I was always met with confusion on the part of someone else because I was able to elaborate on my emotions or my feelings or my viewpoints very detailed. Doesn't mean they made sense, but I was able to elaborate very deeply on it. And I was always met with like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know how to help you. I don't know what you're asking me. I don't, you know what I mean? It was always like that. I was always met with people just going like, I don't know what you're talking about. This doesn't make any sense. In one way or another, whether it was me expressing an emotion, whether it was me expressing an opinion, or a like. And it just, the review that just happened echoed that. I don't get it, man. And I don't want to try. So it made me just like fucking depressed, you know? Made me feel like so like done. I'm like, fuck this. You know? I was so happy and proud of something and it's not good enough, like, fuck people is like my first response to that. Like, well, I'll make it even more confusing. I'll fucking switch it up now. How's that? You know, like the things that like going through my mind, because I'm just sick and tired of like trying to please people. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. I'm always trying to make people happy. And if I care about you, I want to make you super happy. And it was a reminder of, yeah, living that life is not fruitful. But I keep trying to tell myself, like, no, this is someone that's editing your work. Of course, it's not going to be good. They're going to make it better. And I can objectively know that, but emotionally, I can't process that. I'm just like, yeah, but it's a reminder of being a kid again. And feeling like I bled out in front of you and you're kind of like, I don't understand what you're doing. It doesn't make sense. You know, like, that's why I was like so down. I was like, fuck that, dude. For me, the people I was around, the life I lived, I can't help that. So there's a criticism that may be in my work, and that's too many monologues. Well, I can't help that. That's who I am as a person. I think a lot. I'm always in my mind monologuing life all the time. I don't give a fuck about people telling, right? Like people, showing. Like out in the world when people are like sitting doing this, you're like, man, man, that's crazy what happened yesterday. Oh, that's so crazy what happened yesterday. Now, some people go like, what happened yesterday? What's the matter? You look like something's on your mind, right? They're showing, not telling. When someone does that to me, I'm like, I don't know. Now that you're fishing, absolutely not. I don't reward that behavior. When someone's like, man, you know, can't believe she said that. Wow. I don't play. I don't care how close we are. I don't play that. You come to me, you tell me, or I don't ask questions. That's my personality. And that's something I can't undo. So for me, that's the watching something happen and trying to deduce why. If I feel like I need to watch them and discover why said person is behaving said way, I don't give a fuck, because that's not my life there. You come and talk to me about what's going on in your life, because I talk to you and you say words to me, and then I can go, oh, that's what's happening. Instead of looking at someone and judging them. I felt like I've been trying to convey that in my writing as much as possible. As much as possible. And when it is me describing someone, what I think is going on, I don't know. I'm trying to find the best way to say this out loud, but it's as much as my mind as I can possibly make it. I've like kind of been lost in all of this of late and really doubting just even if I should continue doing this anymore. Like, that's how much it fucking threw me. Some criticism. But I just think the way it echoed, it reminded me of being a kid again, where I'm getting made fun of for being someone that's going to shoot the school up. Or in my adult life, someone recently was like, you're like a Ted Bundy, like, I can tell. I could tell you could be a serial killer. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I've never hurt anybody, but sure, I guess apparently I look like that. Because I'm wearing glasses from the 70s. I mean, you fucking retard. But I don't say that out loud. I just go like, yeah, right? Oh man, I think about it every day. I'm thinking about it with you right now. I've always intimidated people. And I never realized that until I hit my 30s. It took me a long time. For the longest time, I blamed myself for being me. Oh, you're too you. You need to change who you are to make everyone happy. And that was expressed in the writing. It was like, you need to change what you're writing about to make other people happy. And I think that was just my instant rebellion. I was like, no, I'm not gonna. I'm going to make it difficult now. Now I'm going to purposely make it difficult. You weren't paying attention enough. But you can't expect that of people. You just can't expect it of people. It's like, I know that. I'm not an idiot. Like, when I said everything I just said, okay, just so you understand now, I know. Like, I understand. That's not the way to be. That's not how you should think, and that's not what's really going on. Hence why I'm saying on this video right now. What I'm trying to say is I can see this negative side of me, and it was really hard to control it because he spiraled like Harrius does. He spiraled in the thoughts of fuck the world, because that's who I used to be. Now, I can identify, for instance, in this case, the editing. The person that was helping edit is only trying to make my work better. They're trying to help me. They're trying to ask questions because they're trying to improve my work. I know this. I know this as a grown man. But I could not help but experience that negative, like, what's the fucking point of this? At what point? This is the conundrum of the non-emotional me. This is my logical side, I guess. At what point is my work I've busted my ass on, how much does it need to be changed to please people, to make it easier for them to understand? And then at what point is that not me anymore? For instance, some of the things I have to work on take away me as a human being. That's like, well, that's not me anymore. Now I'm pleasing people. What's the fine line? I'm not really sure right now. I'm literally, I've never published a book, so I'm sitting here like, how do you know? I don't understand. You know, coming from a background where I only got special ed English teaching, coming from that background, like, I'm kind of behind the game here. I'm a little bit, no one really gave me a shot, so I'm sitting here trying to, like, how the fuck can I, do all this when I don't have the tools? And I don't even know how to ask for the tools that I need, because I don't know that I need them. People kind of forget that. When you don't know how to do something, you don't even know how to figure out why you don't know and what needs to be done. So you're sitting there going like, what's wrong with it? I don't see a problem here. One small one was, I didn't know there was limits on paragraphs. I never knew that. So that's one of the things in the edit that I was told, like, you should probably work on these. I didn't know that there was such thing as a limit on a paragraph. When I read, I've never really paid attention to paragraphs. I just read the words. I didn't know that I understand a new paragraph begins a new thought in a sense, or a new point of view, or whatever. But other than that, I don't know. I never really saw that as an issue. But maybe it's because I'm not paying attention, and it's done right, and I'm not doing it right. It's one of those things. It's kind of like, this is such a new phenomena for me. I just feel like I'm floating in an abyss. I might have thrown the book somewhere because I was so pissed off by it, but James Joyce's Ulysses, this is what I was reminded of. Within the edit, there was times where the guy helping me said, I don't understand, who's talking and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know. And, okay, I gotta fix that. That's fine. But it reminded me of something that I was like, wait a minute. When I was reading James Joyce's Ulysses, there were a lot of times that I was like, who's talking? What the fuck is going on here? Who is this? I don't understand who it is. And I had to keep going back and going back and going back. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know. Is he saying this, or was his friend saying this? And it was really confusing. And then I tried just pushing through that. I'm like, whatever. Maybe this is just a fun scene to let us know who the characters are. I can't follow any of it because it feels like they're talking an alien language. It's so fucking weird to me. I went to this next section where there's a new character. No. It ended this section from this point of view where he's doing what James Joyce called the stream of consciousness thought time, where he's walking on a beach and he's like thinking about like miscarriage and fucking this and that. That part was so tough of a read that I gave up 2 times on it, and I only pushed through by listening to an audiobook. And still, I could not make sense of it. And I felt like it was pretentious. I felt like it was kind of artsy-fartsy and just ridiculous. And so it made me just stop reading. I was like, fuck this. I even tried, because when you read James Joyce, you're like, if you just get through that and you get to this new character, I forget his name, but one of the main guys, it gets better. No, it doesn't, because I got through it and I listened to that and I still thought, this is fucking stupid. I'm sick of this. Here's the key to that. That is Ulysses by James Joyce. That is a huge novel, a part of Western culture. And I thought it was off-putting, confusing, and to me, it felt like it needed to be reworked. I was like, this feels like it's a first draft. It just doesn't feel right. And I felt that way. And so when I thought about that, I didn't feel so bad about my work. I'm like, you know what? Something that my wife told me yesterday, like, she's like, I really don't like Charles Dickens' work. I don't like it. It's just, I don't think it's good. And that's Charles Dickens. And I was like, that's right. There are people that say Hemingway was his work isn't that great either. And she's like, exactly. Just because they're a big writer doesn't mean everyone likes their work. There's going to be people that just don't like it or don't get it. And I finally realized that. I was like, you're right. There's just going to be people that read my stuff and not understand it. And that's fine. But I told myself, here's what you do. Reread it one more time. And if you get it, I'll even ask dumb questions like, who said that? Why did I say that? Because I like to over-explain certain things. If I feel okay about it, I'm done. That's it. There's a couple sections I have to fix, but other than that, I just feel like if I feel okay about it, that's me, and I'm okay to push that out and say, this is who I am as a person. Now, I know I'm being very cryptic about, well, what are the things and what exactly are, we talking about? Well, I don't want to ruin the story, so I can't tell you. So it's this, think of it like this. I'll put this part at the beginning. I'm going to be talking about the next episode of the Forgotten series. This probably won't make sense to you until after you see it. So right now, you don't have to watch this. You can just forget this video exists. And if you really give a fuck that much, watch it after that video. Until then, this will be kind of confusing to you. There, I added that part in. I just really feel like I was a little down, and I was really trying my best to just not give up, because that's all I wanted to do. I was like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sick of it. It's a job. It's not even fun, and it has been fun for a long time. Because I'm not getting paid for this shit. If I was getting paid to be a writer, I bet it wouldn't be so bad, because it is a job and I'm getting paid. But now it's like, this is supposed to be what I do on my days off. And it's work? You're working on your days off on something you're not getting paid for? Making those fucking videos, writing all that music, writing the story, doing the voice acting. I'm not getting paid for anything. I'm doing this out of the fucking charity of my goddamn heart. And so it kind of dawned on me, like, I wonder why you're so tired. I wonder why you're so tired. Like, imagine doing that. Imagine you work your 40-hour-a-week job, and then on your only days off, you're working hard for free. It's for yourself, but now there's some people that are invested in it, and you're like busting your ass for these people to be displeased, and you're like not getting a cent for it, but you're getting the headaches and the fatigue, and your mental fortitude's going down. But it's, you know what I mean? It can wear on you. It can truly wear on you. Especially when it's completely cerebral. There's really not much physicality involved in writing or creating any of this stuff, except for maybe dexterity. But it's completely cerebral. So it's tiring. I'll be exhausted by 11 a.m. I'm like, alright, I'm done. I'm tired. I gotta go take a nap. That's not normal. Well, that's that, I think. I don't really have much more to say about it, but I don't even really want to send this out, but I know I got to. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, man. It's just really... Writing is probably the most difficult fucking thing I've ever done in my entire life. It's fucking a lot. It's not easy. And I never thought it would have been, but it's... You don't know what you need to know until someone tells you that you should have known it. It's one of those things. How do you not know this? And you're like, well, now I do. You know? It kind of falls in line with an old video I made some time back called No. Kano. And it was about, how do you know what you're supposed to know until you know it? But what if you don't know it? How do you know you're supposed to know what you need to know? Not until it's time to know it, essentially, is what that is. It's so fucking weird. You know how people are? Like, I don't know why you don't... It's common knowledge, right? I'm sure you might have heard that in your life. It's common knowledge. How do you not know this? This is... Everybody knows this. And you're like, apparently not. Because I don't know what you're talking about. That's kind of what writing's been for me. It's like, how did you not know that you weren't supposed to do that? And I'm like, dude, I don't know what an adjective is. Okay? I don't even know what... There's some words, like, when people talk about grammar and stuff, and I'm like, pronoun? I don't know what that means. Or fucking... whatever. Some other fucking one. I don't know these things. And I realized, well, because I'm not a real writer. I'm a guy using writing as a medium because he's got no other fucking choice. I think I'm a storyteller, but I have to use words. And that's what I realized, like, once I tell you the story of Harrius, and I audibly tell you, and I use the little voice acting that I do, you'll see. You'll see. Reading it's probably tough, but hearing it read out makes it a hell of a lot easier. I just have to remember to do voice acting. But anyway, that's kind of all I really want to say about that. This video might have gotten a couple views to the end, and one of them is me. And I don't expect anyone to see this or even understand what the fuck is going on. That's just how I roll. I always end up doing that damn thing where I just talk about something that, and you guys are like, what is... I don't understand what we're talking about. What is he's writing something and he's complaining about it, you know? I don't get it. That's the story of my life. So I've just kind of going like, whatever about that. You listen or you don't. At the end of the day. And that's when I realized that's how I should write too. You understand it or you don't. There's no problem if you don't. Shit, I barely understand how to breathe every day. Doesn't mean I'm going to be like, not doing it. You know, you just got to continue to try. Until eventually you die. And it's all over. And then the nightmare ends. And so you can be at peace. Hopefully. Hopefully. Wouldn't it suck if it gets worse after this? You die and you're like, oh, thank God it's over. And you're like, yep, welcome to the next tier. This one's a little bit harder. That was medium. And you're like, what? It gets worse? Yup. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. Like and subscribe. Did you notice the subscribe button when I said that? Pay attention to that next time. And I'm off. I'm off to the next thing. Am I going to work on the book today? Or am I going to burn it? Which one should I do? I think I should burn it. That would be more fun, wouldn't it? Take this fucking thing and just go and light the bitch up and say, we're done writing. I won't do that. We'll see. But we'll see you in the next one.